There is a story as old as time itself. A river begins as a small spring in the mountains, trickling gently, almost unnoticed. It gathers strength as it travels through valleys, plains, and forests. Along its way, it nurtures life, quenches thirst, and shapes the land. But there is always one destination awaiting it, the vast and endless ocean. And here lies a question that has haunted seekers, philosophers, and mystics. When the river merges with the ocean, does it lose itself, or does it finally become complete? This is not just about rivers and oceans. It is about us. You, me, every living being, because the river is a mirror of our own journey. Every river has its own name, its own path, its own story. Some flow with great force, crashing over rocks and carving valleys. Others move slowly, meandering gently through villages and fields. Similarly, each one of us has an identity, our name, our history, our culture, our struggles, and our dreams. We say, I am this, I am that. We gather experiences and memories, and we begin to believe. This collection is who we truly are. But just as a river is not limited to the places it passes, we are not limited to the labels we wear. The river knows, whether fast or slow, whether long or short, it is ultimately flowing toward the same ocean. And we, whether knowingly or unknowingly, are moving towards something greater than ourselves, toward the infinite. But here comes a hesitation, the fear. When the river finally touches the ocean, the moment of truth arrives. All its distinctness, its name, its shape, its boundaries, everything seems to disappear. Isn't that what we fear too? The loss of I, the loss of individuality, the loss of control. We cling tightly to our personal identity, our achievements, our possessions, our relationships, because somewhere deep inside, we believe that if we let go, we will vanish into nothingness. But let us look closer. When the river merges with the ocean, does it truly disappear? Or does it expand into something boundless? The truth is, the river was never truly separate from the ocean, from the first drop of rain, from the snow melting in the mountains, from the clouds that carried it. Its essence was always water. The ocean and the river were never apart. They were only appearing as two. And so it is with us. Our essence has always been spirit. Our essence has always been infinite. The I, that fears dissolution, is just a temporary wave on the surface. When we merge with the infinite, we don't lose ourselves. We lose only the illusion of separation. Let us ask again, do we lose or do we gain when we merge into the infinite? What do we lose? We lose the smallness of our limited self. We lose the burden of carrying an identity that is never fully satisfied. We lose fear because fear only exists in separation. And what do we gain? We gain vastness, like the ocean itself. We gain freedom because the boundaries dissolve. We gain unity because there is no longer me and the other. In fact, we do not gain something new. We simply awaken to what we always were. Imagine the final moment of the river after traveling for miles, facing obstacles, nourishing life, giving itself to the earth and the sky. It finally enters the ocean. Does it cry in despair? No, it sings in joy, because at last, it remembers its true nature. We too can live this realization here and now. We do not have to wait for death or for some distant afterlife to taste the infinite. Every time we let go of ego, every time we dissolve a boundary of separation, every time we expand in love and compassion, we are merging with the ocean in small ways. So, how do we live like the river that flows fearlessly toward the ocean? 1. Practice letting go. Each day, notice the labels you carry, your titles, your roles, your opinions. Ask yourself, am I defined by this, or am I something deeper? 2. Expand in compassion. When you see yourself in others, when you recognize that the same life flows through all beings, you expand beyond the narrow riverbanks of ego. 3. Trust the flow. Life is not always smooth. There are rocks, falls, and floods. But the river does not stop. It trusts its journey. Similarly, we must trust that every experience, pleasant or painful, is carrying us closer to the infinite. 4. Remember the ocean within. Meditation, silence, prayer, these are ways to taste the ocean, even while living as a river. In stillness, you realize you are already part of the boundless. The story of the river and the ocean is a story of all of us. The question is not whether we will merge. It is certain that we will. The real question is, will we resist in fear, or will we flow joyfully in surrender? When the river merges, it does not vanish. It becomes the ocean. When we merge with the infinite, we do not disappear. We finally become who we truly are. So, let the river within you flow without fear. Let go of the banks that hold you, and when the moment comes, merge into the boundless with joy. Because in truth, you were never just a river. You were always the ocean in disguise.